Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 7th of March 1909. So we've managed to get through another winter, and more importantly, we haven't had an earthquake, which is probably pushing my luck a little bit. In the last part, the focus was very much on setting up our crime infrastructure. We've actually managed to finish the prison, and I've got a little bit of food in here and some clothes. And we are currently working on the courthouse and this police station here. There's no point populating the police station. So, for example, over here, we've already built the police station here. But there's absolutely no point actually putting any police officers in the moment until we've actually finished the courthouse and the prison. Because what you're effectively doing is just aggravating the situation. We also took a decision, which I'm still not 100% comfortable with respect to building a Soviet radio. But at the same time, our happiness is struggling. You can see it's falling. We do really need to start trying to turn this round. And the only way we're going to turn this round is by, is providing the police and, more importantly, some radio. Otherwise, what we're going to get is a population collapse. Because what happens is you get this self-fulfilling prophecy, in the sense that we've got more and more people experiencing low loyalty, which is then bringing down the happiness. And once the happiness gets too low, then we're in trouble. I also had a little bit of a scare over here because our actual shops here started to run low on food. So I've had to put in some supplementary food supplies into here, unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do about it. Now, what I want to do in this part is carry on my planning for self-sufficiency, simply because I would like to get this area to a point where all its main needs are supplied locally. So that means that we can then start thinking about expanding to a new town. I've kind of been looking at this, and I think in the last video I said that I wasn't particularly that interested in creating some prefab panels, but I'm starting to wonder whether we might need to have at least some prefab panel production here. The other thing I've also done is we got a little bit of bitumen in here, and I'm starting to think whether we can produce some bitumen so that we can keep our asphalt plant going. Simply because I just feel that we may need asphalt for our long-term maintenance, and this is one of the things that you do need to think about when you are playing in realistic mode. It's not just about building things, it's about actually, I'm just going to speed the game up actually, it's not just about building things, it's also thinking about that long-term maintenance element, which you do need to consider. It looks like we've actually got our first pickup of asphalt here. Okay. So, and that comes back to what I was thinking about prefabs, but I don't really want a major prefab factory. I think I've got one in here. What is it? Prefab factory 4433. I think that's the base one, isn't it? I don't want to spend too much on it either. That's 44 tons of steel. This is actually only 10 tons. If I flip that, and I can't put a direct connection to the cement plant, unfortunately, because the cement plant I actually chose is actually, I think I just don't like that. Try this one. Oh, this looks a little bit more. I think we're going to have to pay the price. This is going to cost us in steel but less bricks. Yeah, I mean, it's going to take more resources to build, but I kind of feel that maybe we need it to come in. If I can get that in a bit closer, it's crossing over there. Okay, we can get it there. Now, one thing I do need to put in, because we got our coal production here, which needs to feed into the cement works. So we need to make sure that we can get that connection going. Conveyor engine. Oh, go on, you can do it, game. Yeah, thank you. So we need to get that connection made. So we got 2 connections here that need to be made. So you need to come to there, to there, to there. Now, of course, we need some storage out of here as well. Again, I don't want to get massively oversized on this. So I think if we can hook you up there, you're not going to interfere with the power connections to the power station. We need certainly going to need a cargo station, which we can probably curl around like that. And then I think we can just connect you up to there. We can build the roads in, just make sure that road fits. Yep. And then we can build in this area here. So we've now got a cement plant here, which we'll have a connection, should have a connection to there. We've got the small panel factory, and that hasn't got a connection. Oh, great. Okay, change. Knock this down before we get stuff delivered to it. Yeah, that's the type of mistake that can really catch you out in this game, especially in realistic mode. You build something and you don't realize that you haven't done a proper connection or something, then it starts being built, and then next thing you know is that you can't actually do anything. Right, the next thing I want to do is I want to create some bitumen, because we're not going to need large quantities of it, but I don't really want to import it. And I think if we can, and again, this comes back to the self-sufficiency. We're going to get an overlap with that one. So I think we can live with some overlap. Well, we can always upgrade the roads in the future anyway. I think that's about the limit. So if I put you there, again, we're going to have to put in an intermediate store. I know it's not. No, horrible. Get the store in there because we got the road connection there. Now the next thing we're going to need is, got to find it now. Oh, I've actually found it straight away. Normally I can't find this. Put in a wood pitch extraction. This will produce enough bitumen to keep this going in the long term. When we actually need asphalt for maintenance, so we can sneak you in there, and we can make a road connection there. Of course, that will be in range of this bus stop here. Now, I'm going to be incredibly optimistic that I press Q. Okay, it's going to have to. So there's some infrastructure in the way. Underground pipe. Is that actually connected? About that one. Too long. So we're going to have to come up to about here. Whoops, cancel. Just put a slider, an underground pumping station here. It doesn't really make that much difference, but just slide you on that corner there. I don't think you need a gravel road there, so the pipe work. Why do I get the feeling that isn't connecting very well? And then of course what we're going to have to do is run you up to there. Again, this is all long-term planning. And what that will mean is that we can produce bitumen over here. We can pump a little bit up into here. And then what we can do is just feed that whole process over time. So for all intents and purposes now, we've got a degree of self-sufficiency in this area. Now there's one thing I was looking at just before I started, and I'm kind of thinking is I would like to put an underground power connection. Actually, if we come in there, what this is a backup should anything happen to our hydro plant over here, because this is connected in here to a distribution system which goes to there. So for some reason something happens to this hydro plant, in fact we probably won't need to build this event, this could probably never be built. That would give a connection to the power station that will be over here. And of course what we will need to do up here eventually is put in a substation. What I'm thinking from the point of view of iron or steel is possibly opening the steel works here, but there are other options from a maintenance perspective, because of course if we keep feeding food into here, you've got no steel. What's going on here? Though you don't seem to need steel at the moment. Okay, we got a problem with the aluminium again. I thought I'd got rid of this aluminium. Maybe I forgot all about the aluminium here. Let me just see. It's the demolition office where I need a what we call it. There's the road crew. I've moved the road crew over to here now. So technically we don't need this anymore. I think I will leave it in just for the moment. If you actually don't seem to have many distribution offices here, I think what I will do for the moment, it's a free depot. You've got a do I have any? I think I've kind of quite industriously managed to get rid of all my. Why don't I have? Why do I have suspiciously low? I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to buy another covered hole. I get a feeling that capacity, I'm going to get 2 more covered holes in here, and what I am going to get is an open hole. Gain capacity. No, just let the game run. I mean, you've got food and meat in here, and so have you, but I'm a bit worried about the fact that this is empty. With key services, I like to have, and yeah, I like to have a kind of spare capacity here. Right, Custom shed, unload, aluminium. Load, aluminium. It's 50%. Because I don't want it running over here every 5 minutes. I mean, it's only 5 tons of aluminium, so you can go over and pick up that aluminium and get rid of it so that we can actually start producing the necessary here. Because strangely, the game is not complaining about the fact that this is not being produced. I think probably because they're not actually repairing many. Cannot export aluminium. I think I am going to need to work on some distribution offices up here, but I think we're going to be okay at the moment, I think. Let me just see. Yeah. Let's actually just look at my vehicle, show wear and tear, tire map. Where are you? Yeah, most of the wear and tear is actually happening over here because this is the city that's the most active. I think this side is running, so I'll make sure. Yeah, this side is okay, and we're actually doing things okay. So that distraction away, I think what we're going to do is just have a look round and see what we're doing. This lot's coming together quite nicely. I have been pulling some of the gravel that's needed. Actually, what I am going to do is put a... What was it? The gravel is up over there. I think what I'm going to do is put a distribution office here. Just down here. I'm going to go for a 6er. And don't think we're going to worry too much about the gravel road here. And let that get picked up. What I want to do here is actually put this, and then now we've got gravel here, I'm going to bring gravel down to here, and then this will act as a gravel reserve for the any more construction over here. What we got here? We've got fertilizer that needs to be picked up. This is now functioning. This has now got food in here. Are you the random little food truck here? Right. I want to move you up to there and remove you. For sure. See where this guy didn't quite go inside the orchard, and that's a problem. So by him pushing food up into here, eventually what that will do is just make things a little bit easier from that point of view. Okay, we got a bit of a problem here. That's a very short connection. So it's under. Oh no, it's not. It's that one. We need to get that done. How are we doing here? Yeah. Wait. I know I want police force, but I don't want them quite that much. You guys have got other things to do at the moment. What we need to do is get this finished. Hopefully we'll get this done in this part, and then what that will do is allow us to I want to check my population. Yeah, we are growing slightly, and our happiness is now improving. I think if we can get, I think what I will do is spy in the... Actually, what have we got in the way of personal transport for... Okay, what we're going to have is some... No, I don't think it really fits. Okay, mounted police unit. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. Of course, we're going to need to bring in 5 into here. Female cop, mounted patrol. Actually, we'll mix this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got thoroughbred police there. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's horseback or vehicle, it doesn't really make that much difference, to be honest, in the game. I do feel that we really need something down here in order to be able to supply the. Yeah, I'm feeling a fueling station down here. Now we're on 1909, so technically now we really need to start thinking about kind of moving forward. I think what we're going to do is put a steampunk here. These need power, like all proper gas stations. So what we're doing is moving forward with the time now. It just means the horses will be eating, will actually be eating what we call it, coal instead of crops. But because we got eventually we'll have a coal mine over here. And I think I will put I really want this finished, because I've got another little issue which I need to address. I think we're going to put I think if I put a distribution office here, let's put you there, build that, and I'm going to rename this straight away so I actually know. Whoops, cancel. We'll call you Brapova coal fuel, like that. And what that will mean is that we will eventually this kind of fuel depot. Where's the fuel depot? I've got a fuel depot here somewhere. Yeah. So eventually this will kind of move. We'll put coal distribution here, and what we'll do is we'll move. We'll keep these two roles separate. So we're eventually we'll have a fuel crops there and coal here. And what we will do is have coal, because eventually things will. Yes, I know, low crime. Okay. I want Soviet propaganda. It's the propaganda that I need. Okay. I'm after. Happiness I can live without, and even the cultural influence. What we really need is this to start pushing this up, and we're going to need to keep the workforce in here. We are going to set the loyalty at 30%. It's going to be a bit suspect, but hopefully that will start to push our. If we can increase the loyalty, we get an increasing happiness. And of course, the advantage is that the radio, it actually affects the whole area here. Right, we've now got a courthouse. I'm going to reduce you down to that. We are going to let some police into here. And we are going to let a few police into here as well. And we're just going to see how that works. And of course, eventually, once we start getting some convictions, what I'm going to do now is just show the crime stats. One thing you've got to be very careful when you look at these You look here and you'll see there's loads and loads of crime across the map. But if you actually look at this, it says unpatrolled crimes this year. So this is a yearly total. It's not the number of crimes that are happening at the moment. And shops always have a high level of crime. So this is something you do need to be aware about. You can see we've got 4% crime rate here. So there we are. We're already starting to get this being investigated. We need to make sure, because what we need to do now is actually get our crime rate down. I don't think we can see it in any other way. But if we can get the crime rate reduced and get people banged up in prison, wow. We're going to need, I'll start with 10 warders. Aha. We've got food and meat in here. We need to keep an eye on the distribution. And we've got our first prisoner. What I'm hoping is that we will have a little bit of an initial rush with respect to the crimes. But what will happen is that we will start clearing those crimes up. And then what will happen is we should be able, we've got to keep an eye on this. You might need some little bit extra staff in this area. It says building without power supply. We've got fluctuating power. Not good. Citizens unable to get food. Yeah, we might have a problem here. Because if the numbers of crimes get too high, what will happen is that we won't have enough police officers here to actually do things. But so we're going to need to keep an eye on this. But hopefully, now building up loyalty takes an incredibly long time. I'll be completely upfront. Now we've got workers in here. I think we actually need a little bit of extra. What are you delivering? Oh, you're picking up waste because this isn't ready yet. Okay. We're down to 1 million rubles. So, why am I building an underground pumping station? Stop it. Yeah, these guys are getting a little bit over enthusiastic. That's a long time in the future. Spend that as well. How are we doing? We got plenty of gravel in there. What I would like is this to push up the priority a little bit. Okay. Now we are on the 15th of May, and what's our crop situation like? Okay. Let's have a look round at our workforce. This is not good. Yeah, I think what's happening is our courthouse is pulling away our workforce. That's closed due to bad weather. And no resource missing. We're going to need some more workforce in here. I think what I'm going to do is add you to there. Just push the workforce into here. Make sure that we got the maximum number of workers in here. And I think what the trouble is I've got lots of vacant houses here already. I think we're suspend you. How are we doing? Okay, we're getting more workers in here, so we're now producing wood. Trouble is we're going to need to get ahead of the curve here. Otherwise we're going to have a problem in the winter. Actually, I know one way we can do this. We've got these guys sat around doing nothing. I'm going to set you to, it's over 50%. You're going to the horse veterinarian. You deliver. There's building already assigned. Oh, you okay? Unload. What we'll do is we'll get these guys. We'll tap into this thing because these don't. I mean, they only consume 2 tons of wood. So what we can do is use this supply to supplement this supply for the moment, and then this comes down to what I was saying about self-sufficiency. Really objective prisoners sat around doing nothing. So what we're going to do is come into here, prison bus. Okay, we're going to get a police wagon. And what we're going to do is get them working on something. This is producing food, which is good. Eventually we will get these built and then I can sort out the food distribution. Yeah, we can get that going. What problem I might have is over here. Because we've only got, we're down to 15 tons of wood here. I'm starting to think maybe we should make this self-sufficient in boards, not wood cutters. I need a sawmill. Wood harvesting, never used that before. Okay, never seen that before. Factory, putting carpenter. Putting a little carpenter's workshop here, actually. I think just to make that complete. And what that will mean is that we can put boards here, and that will make this area self-sufficient in boards eventually as well. That means we won't have to haul boards all the way up this way. And it says no electricity. What is going on with our... I wonder whether we've actually overloaded our electricity supply. Let me just have a look at that. Yeah, I think my windmills are getting a little bit overloaded. But we're okay because the windmills are purely backup. Just look at... So... There's potential capacity problem. Let me just have a look. We've got... I could put a substation in this corner because we are going to expand out this way. Let's see, we got... I'm very tempted because we are going to build out here. I think what I will do is I'll put in... Really nice to get a substation just in there. Like that. Remove you. Put a little sneaky little mud road in there. And because the distance is pretty short, we can run the power line there. And what that should do is compensate for everything that's going on here. We've got 28 prisoners. Wow. This rate, we're going to run out of prison space. Let's buy prison bus. Prison. Where can you guys work? I think at the moment we're actually going to put you on that think to start with. We may move you later on. We'll get our prisoners working there. I think what we will do is come over here and we're going to suspend, remove that. And we're not going to export the boards for the moment. How are we doing here? All right, we're on the 1st of June, last month. Yep. We're below 1 million now, so we've really got to start thinking. I think once this construction cycle is finished, we're going to have to focus for a lot more on actually making money. And yeah, especially over here. Okay, this is being built. Yeah, I think once we've built our construction industry here, we're going to have to kind of scale things back a little bit. Right, this is going along quite nicely because we are running out of money. What are we actually still importing? Yeah, electronics. We're still importing clothes. Probably here. Let me see. Why have we got a little truck here that's actually bringing in clothes? Yeah, you're kind of just waiting. Okay. How's the clothes situation over here? Yeah, we got too much clothes here. Are you doing, is there a truck doing exactly the same here? That's the icebox truck. I think what we're going to do is we're going to change your route. Actually, no, you're... I think you are... Oops. I think this is the one that's... Oh, yeah, right. So I think I've got an idea. I'm pretty sure... Now, let me just see. Where am I? I've lost what I was looking at. There we are. Yeah, you're picking up clothes from there and bringing it to here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to increase the clothes quota here to about 15 tons. Increase your food quota to 10. Keep use that electronics. Okay. Now, where do you get your... Yeah, you're picking up from the custom shed. I don't want you to pick up from the custom shed now. What I want you to do is pick up from here. You're going to pick up clothes from there. Just make sure that is the right one. Yep. And then you're going to take the clothes to the corner market here. Yeah, I think that will work because that will mean that the clothes that we're bringing in here, eventually once we fill this up, we'll keep this supplied. Because I think at the moment, what's the economy tab? Imports. Yeah, we import 6 ton, but we don't. So this year we've imported 6 tons so far. So as long as we get a nice steady supply of clothes into here, we should be okay. and that should save us some money. Yeah. Yeah, we got a potentially growing problem here with our crime rate. But hopefully we can get it under control. This side is okay, so obviously the main crime rate, we may need to increase this workforce a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is, I didn't really want to do this, but we're going to bring in some immigrants from the third world, bring about another 50 in. And then they can service this area here. And I think this is a good example of how crime rate can affect. I think we're just smidge you up a little bit. Get a few more police officers in here to get things under control. Keep an eye on the money. We've now got a rural bakery, and we've got this here. I'd like to get this bakery going fairly quickly. Let me just set this up. Get some alcohol in here. Get some food in as well. And then we'll just do it this way. Clear all the settings. 2, 2, and then set that to 6. By putting the 2 in, 2 counts as 10%. That makes sense, guys. You start. No, don't want that. We've got to do that because it isn't finished yet. Okay, this needs some physical workers on it. Finish that. How much have we got in the way of crops here? We're going to need to keep an eye on our crops wherever they are. We've only got 171 tons left, which means we're going to need to work on our farm out here. I think we're get that going. This hasn't got a road connection. Put you there. Not a problem. Are you waiting? Wait until loaded. Stop running backwards and forwards. Okay. What I might do is work on other kind of unorthodox sources of food like this over time, just to try and supplement what we're doing. Got people who are starving. Let me just have a look at who's got no food. We may need to improve our food supplies. So I've got no idea. What are you doing out here? You come back here. That means somewhere out on the map here, we may have people who are kind of a long way away. Let's have a quick look round. No. I think I've covered. Oh no, there's a settlement here. No, there's nobody here saying that they're starving. Okay. It says 31 people are starving. I can't see. Unable to get food, 9 people. Okay, so we got a food shortage here. You've got connections. Let me just make sure. Yeah, you've got connections. Ah, here we go. This is the problem, is our loyalty is dropping and our productivity is dropping. Yeah. Okay. In there. We need to push all our servers into there. Okay, we're just going to 100%. We may be going into a major crisis. Yeah. What's happened is our productivity is so low now that we've got people here who are we're not serving enough people, and what we're starting to get is the beginning of a cascade error. Sorry, not error. Yeah, what that should do is start. Yep. We need to check over here as well. We're okay here. Let me just check the other store. This store's got the same problem. We need to solve this problem ASAP. We need more serve, basically, until we get our productivity up with our happiness. Yeah, our average productivity is 68%. And so at the moment, feeding our population is far more important than anything else, whether we like it or not. That's the old cinema building. That should give us... And what that hopefully... Yeah. Right, let's just check. See, once we've got the food supply established, and this is the type of thing that can happen when you let the game run. You set up an area and you think, the area is all perfect, nothing's wrong, everyone's got something, and then you get a drop in happiness or productivity, and what that then does is start to affect people. It says lack of meat, unable to pray, death of a child. And the real big problem is government loyalty. Yeah, we got, we're losing the radio now because we've got, I think the loyalty's got too low. We've lost too many people. So we need to get people back into here. I think we're going to have to drop that down a bit. We have to bring in some third world immigrants, if we like it or not. Try and educate them. Okay, we got 70 people that need educating. Yeah, at the moment we're having no influence at all because we've got no missing staff here. just check the loyalty. Yeah, we got loyalty down to 25% here, 35%. %. We got spaces over here which haven't been patrolled. Probably don't need that number of secret police. We're just going to drop the secret police down. Anyway, I've gone over time on this video, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.